Just getting done on the construction site. We're working on doing the drywall on that building right there. That area, that land, they didn't have that before, the people that own the motel here. And we've done, there's a building, there's other buildings there, and up front there's, what did we do here? I think there's, three buildings that we did here, and this chunk of land, the people up front owned it before. They just got tired of cutting the grass, so they sold it to the people who own the motel here. And this area back here, when they told me before that they were planning on putting up another building, was going to be here, in this right back here. So that got changed because they acquired that land. They may eventually put one in there. But the, see if I can see this well here, the original, where are we looking at here? I think I got to turn more. There we are. That original building right there, the single-story building, that's been there a long time, and they're planning on eventually tearing that down and putting a whole new building in there. So this place has given us a lot of work over the years, and I'd been back here to do repairs. They had a plumber that really messed up a lot of leaks. They had a lot of damage, had to rip out board and replace it and stuff like that. But these Chinese people own this, and real good people to work with, real friendly. So this is the kind of place you look forward to coming to work every day, when nobody's bothering you. They're good sized rooms in here, and we just go from room to room. My boss didn't get any money for heat, so we just brought electric heaters and plugged them in. They can pay the electric bill. And I do have a propane heater in there, because these electric heaters, they're not, it's like this morning was like 15 degrees. It looks like we're up around 30 now. And so I asked my boss if he could at least bring me a tank of propane. I brought my propane torpedo heater in, and it'll heat the room no problem, I just keep the electric heaters running in there. I got 3 rooms set up with heaters. We got another guy out here who's working from the other end. We're going to meet in the middle somewhere. And he's got 3 electric heaters and the torpedo heaters, because the torpedo heaters will knock the chill off. We're not going to run them a lot, because on that my boss is paying for the fuel, and he shouldn't have to. That's one of the problems, at least in this area in construction, that whether we're working for the person owns the property or the builder, they're supposed to be providing heaters, heat, and everything, and a lot of them don't, and so that's kind of one of the things that stinks about this business, and it's not fair to my boss or other subcontractors. But and us as workers, sometimes the guys will buy their own torpedo heaters. I had big kerosene heaters and stuff. I says, I'm not paying for them. I'm an employee. And of course, I had one when I had my own construction company for about 8 years, and I ended up selling that and got rid of a lot of stuff. It felt so good just to get rid of my garage and everything I had with it. And I just, the recession kind of kicked me in the tail, and so put a crunch on a lot of people. I could have kept my business, but I got to the point. I says, because what happened too, insurance went way up. And I had to carry a $1 million, $2 million insurance policy. So, and I didn't have a lot of accounts. If I was working directly for general contractors, it would have been, more worth it because of the dollars I was getting. And it was nice when I worked directly for a homeowner. My business on what I did brought in $50 to $60 an hour. Now I didn't get all that, and I didn't get them very often, but they were nice when they came. And I had one builder, general contractor I did work for, but he was a remodeling guy, and so he didn't use me like a lot or all the time. It was like when he had stuff, the little bigger stuff, additions and stuff like that. But I liked working for the guy. He was real good. It was a father and son, business, and you know, anytime they called me was always a blessing. And I had actually the company I work for now. I subcontractor for them, and for their dad too. Their dad had his own company before he passed on, and but it wasn't worth the struggle. And I don't need an awful lot to live anyway. I got rid of my house and I took a smaller apartment. I live in a nice place, and recently I moved to a little bigger place because the one I was in was just way too small. So I'm happy where I'm at now. I come here for about 6 hours a day. Today I had 5.5. Everything was wet, so I'm not going to go up and set another apartment up, you know, just for that half an hour, because I have to move the propane heater up there. I'll just come back tomorrow, and because today I coated one side of the angle, so tomorrow I got to do the other side and coat everything else, and I'm pretty much done coating in that apartment or that room, and I'll go up. I have two other rooms that have heaters in them, and because this one's on the first floor. You know, I don't want to lug that big. It's a 40-pound propane tank. I don't want to lug that up and down the stairs just for two rooms, you know, or something like that. So I'm going to try to get this room done, you know, at least where it's all coated. And then I'll take the propane heater upstairs and to work on the other two rooms, you know, because, you know, without like an extra heater on top of those electric ones, you know, it would be like 40-50 degrees in these rooms, you know, with it so cold outside. So that's how we're managing it. But I kind of like working out here. You know, it's not a real long drive. This is like a kind of town of Wheatfield, kind of headed toward Niagara Falls area, stuff like, you know, in that area. And so for me, it's like, you know, 15-20 minute drive from where I am. I live out in the country, and I drive in, you know, to town here to work on this stuff. And I like where I live, even though it's like a big apartment complex. It's not in the city. It's on the outskirts of a small town. So I kind of like that area out there. I moved out there for that reason. I actually used to live not too far from where I'm working here, and I really didn't like the city. So I relocated out there, I don't know, 15-20 years ago or something like that. And I've liked it out there. And so I got maybe, you know, 3 years before I fully retire, and then I have to decide, you know, if I'm still going to work with the company I'm with or what I'm going to do. Hopefully I'm still in good health so I can keep working and staying busy doing something. But that's kind of what's going on, you know, right now in my life and today and stuff like that. But my Father in heaven has really blessed me, and even though I work for a living, I'm very content. And you know, he's taking care of me really well. I'm working on getting out of debt 100%. Either by the time I retire or shortly after. You know, this truck, I bought this brand new 2 years ago. I did a 7-year loan. I pay extra on it, and I'm hoping to pay it off early. So that's going to kind of dictate as to when I have all my debt paid off. I've got some other stuff cleared out. I'm working on, you know, a couple other things, and it's going really well. I'm getting stuff paid down. It's just a matter of, you know, time before I get there, because, and some of this is actually back from the recession, you know, things that just kicked me in the tail and stuff that, you know, I said, well, I got to take care of it, you know. It's my debt, nobody else's. So the fortunate thing is, you know, I'm on the upswing. You know, the time I bought this truck a couple years ago, they told me that my credit score was 800. You know, not to boast. I only got there through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, so to speak, and I had to work at that. You know, and so, but it was a good feeling to know, you know, that the Father in heaven equipped me so I was able to, you know, come out of that, you know, and everything through the recession, losing my house, everything like that, and never having to file bankruptcy. You know, I just, you know, when, you know, debt collectors came, I just worked with them, got stuff paid off, and I'm getting there. So life is good. And sometimes we just have to work at a few things and get her done. Sometimes still my face, kind of blocking with my other hand. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.